All right, are we live? Yes, we are. So, I'm going to get started per usual, not going to wait for people to come in. Happy New Year. Timestamps will be in the description box below, of course, of all the signs. When I start, it's gonna be a doozy, I think. But before I get started, I do want to promote my book as always, or as I'm going to do more late nights on Broadway. My book is out now. At this moment in time, the promo deal that you may have saw in previous videos has expired. As I stated, that deal ended the first. We are on the third right now, but you can still get the book um, at your favorite bookstore, any other bookstore that you want, both ebook and physical copies, and the links will be in the description box below to where you can find the book. So that's a way you can support me and what I got going on here and what I'm doing in general. Um, but yeah, like this is the going to be one of the all signs reading I'm going to do. We're approaching another 12 subscribers when I hit 72, I believe. So another reading is in store for you all. This is the one of the two that I owed you from last year, and I did mention I was going to do it sometime earlier on when the new year started. We're in 2025. So with that being said, I'm here to do the all signs reading right now. I spoke to the universe, did a little prayer, and what I asked of the universe is to give me the message for all of the signs. What is one thing so far that the universe wants you to know? Okay. Now, just to clarify some things before we get into the reading, this is a general, just like all the other generals on this channel. If you would like something specific to your personal situation, you are able to do that, book that with me by sending me an email. You can find my email in the description box below as well. That's how you can get more so of a personalized, in-depth message from the universe. Um, but again, take all the messages here as it resonates, apply it to your life however you see fit. Okay. All signs, let's get it started. We're going in order. I'm over here about to drop my phone. We're going in order. We yeah, starting off with Aries. All right. Now I told you I'm a one-man band over here. So if you see me updating the uh information, time, I'm gonna just put the signs. We're not even gonna put time and stuff. So Aries, let's get it started at 3:11. I like that time. Let's say that. So you see me updating the information again, one man band over here. So I'm updating and obviously giving you the reading, and I'm the voice and face you see, obviously. All right, let's get you a good shuffle, Aries. How you doing? Hopefully your your new year so far is going well. Maybe you got a well coming in, money well even. That'd be nice. You know what I'm saying? At least three cards, universe. What I asked of you before, but you know best. So once again, this is what the universe wants you to know at this moment in time within the year. So something to just to keep in the back of your mind for the year. Okay. Now again, I am going to do another one of these as soon, well, not as soon as I hit 72 subscribers, but sometime afterward, of course. I'm gonna try to make it as soon as possible. We're very close though. So hit that subscribe if you're not subscribed. But uh yeah. So you can take this as the first half of the year, or again, apply it to wherever. I'm going to ask you to use your discernment on this one. Is to take it and apply it to wherever you see fit in your life. All right, for all the signs. Okay. We start off with the star in reverse for you, Aries. Um, this is you not really trusting yourself. This is discouragement. This is having negative thoughts about yourself. The complete opposite of a star, someone who doesn't necessarily want to shine bright, not someone who again has faith within themselves. So I would say, and going forward with the rest of your cards here, we'll go, but it just seemed as though one of the main messages the universe wants you to know this year, Aries, is you really should start to see yourself in a higher light. You should, it seems as though whenever this insecurity that you had about yourself, these maybe disparaging remarks and thoughts you may have said about yourself, it may have started last year in 2024. It may have started prior, but in this year and all the other years as well, it's not necessarily serving you. Shout out to Sherry. Happy New Year to you too. Appreciate it. We on the sign of Aries right now. Just started the live, so didn't really miss much, but the usual announcements and stuff. But yeah, back to Aries. We start off again with the star card in reverse, and again, it's you not necessarily value yourself like how you should, and the universe is saying that's a clear message in itself. But you have three other cards here, so we'll get into it. But within itself, the universe is saying that you should switch how you view yourself. Next, we have, if you could, I know the brightness is crazy, Queen of Wands. So this is someone who is very much charismatic, is someone who is determined to get their way. Shout out to, okay, Scorpio, I see you, Sherry. We'll get to you. Let me see on this list. After Libra. It's gonna be some time, but timestamps will be in the description box below for when I do the reads, as I stated. So yeah, you got it. I appreciate it. But Queen of Wands, this is definitely someone who can be very much charismatic, very much warm. And I'm going to say to you, Aries, when you watch this, whenever you get this message, this is definitely a good card to see. The rest of your reading, again, I'm going to personally say is a bit alarming. But if you move in this type of energy here, you're not going to, you're going to be fine. You just need to have this type of warmth with yourself. I think you honestly and again, I'll read the other cards that you have here, but if I had to summarize your reading, this reading here, and again, general, take it as it resonates, but if I had to just summarize it, you really just need to be kind to yourself. With the star card in reverse, it's you again being very much disparaging and not valuing yourself. You don't necessarily have it's someone, let me just say, right? And moving in that energy is someone who doesn't view themselves their star card is, again, and star card is here for a reason. It's not a situation to where, I'm just trying to make you feel better. I mean, I hope, but it showed up for a reason because you're actually brighter than what you're giving yourself credit for. So when you move in that Queen of Wands energy, again, you are actually acknowledging your mindset that you're having about yourself, and you're able to move forward. That continued mindset that needs to change is the Strength card in reverse. So this is insecurity. This is someone with not necessarily physical weakness, but it's more so mental weakness, the opposite of strength. And as I've stated before, when you have the star card showing up in reverse, along with this, it's a surefire that the universe is letting you know that there is some mental weakness there. There are some improvements, let me put it that way, to where this year it's going to suit you best if you were to think highly of yourself. You know, I don't know what happened in the past. I don't know who told you. I don't know what, like, I don't know you personally, but you would know that. And again, reach out for a personal read if you would like that. But it just seemed as though there's some past trauma. I'm getting at least that there is some past trauma that has you feeling like you're not as good as well you are. You know, again, the star card doesn't just show up just because. The star card shows up for individuals who actually are worth being valued and viewed as a star. But who cares what the rest of the world thinks or feels about you when you don't even view yourself as a star? You know, so it's really like this year is really like a year where you should reshape how you view yourself, you know, uh, in regards to all of that. So your last card is the Three of Cups in reverse as well. So this is someone who can be too much too much in their own solitude. You know, I'm gonna say too antisocial. I'm going to say, you know, um, Sherry was. Oh, you have a Aries placement. Okay, cool. You know, I appreciate that. Um, so this might be for you, Sherry, as well. But definitely, again, timestamps will be in the description box below for the sign of Scorpio when I get there. But to wrap up the Aries reading, um, you know, this is someone who is too much like of too antisocial. You know, you're overindulgent in a way of being too much by yourself. And I to pair this along with the cards you got before, at least with the star card in reverse and the strength card in reverse, I feel as though part of why you are uh, being antisocial right now is because again you don't necessarily feel like you're somebody worthy of shining, and no, you're not, you're hiding yourself, and it's not just how you feel about yourself internally. Externally, it's showing out in the world that you're not necessarily putting yourself out there. So again, really, you really, Aries, tap into this energy of the Queen of Wands. Tap into the energy. Be kind to yourself. Be warm. Be determined and make the changes. It's not going to be easy, but be very much determined and make the changes of changing your mindset about yourself. You know, um, and I'm gonna say it again: the star card just don't be showing up for anybody. You know, it just doesn't show up just cause. It's a reason why it's here, and that's the case with all the cards in the tarot deck, of course. But you know, there's one star card, or at least one card dedicated to the star. So the simple fact of the matter is simply because it showed up in reverse. I've mentioned this before, maybe within your readings. I know in general I've mentioned it plenty of times. Simply because a card shows up in reverse doesn't mean the opposing energy isn't here, isn't present. It's just the most strongest and potent is the star in reverse right now, but you have the power to reverse it and actually shine bright and be the star that the universe is saying that you are, Aries. Okay? So, best of luck with that situation here. That is your reading. Once again, if you would like a personal read regarding this situation, regarding anything really, uh, let me know. Email in the description box below. But I am going to, yeah, that was your reading. Next, we have Taurus, my moon babies. And let's just say you start at 1418. Let's do that. All right. Taurus, what's going on? This is for you, sun, moon, or rising. Didn't I forgot to mention this before, but yeah, you can watch for your sun, moon, or rising sign, or just any other sign you feel like watching for. Um, once again, once I have the timestamps in the description box, once I have them updated when the live is over, uh, your cards came out super quick. Let's get it. Um, Yeah, we'll have all of that. So, Taurus. Oof. So these readings already starting off a bit rough, but we only on the second sign, so we'll see. We start off with the Tower card. All right. Now, sudden changes. And I feel like this has to do Taurus. Love y'all. Love y'all. You know, my moon sign. But I got to keep it real with you. I got to keep it real with everybody, but definitely got to keep it real with y'all. I know y'all don't really like change. And when I say y'all don't like change, I mean you don't like change that you feel does not benefit you at all. You know, in essence, you can be stubborn to change, stubborn to a lot of other things as well. But this, and although the tower did show up upright, the other cards that you have here are showing up in reverse. This one is particularly worrying, showing up in reverse, um, because you know. And by the way, let me get out that glare. That is the Six of Swords in reverse. Sorry about that. But yeah. So emotional baggage, living in the past. I feel like there's something you're not letting go. It could be someone. I'm saying someone, even though it's not showing up here. Mm, I want to pull a card. It's something or someone. Something is telling. I'm just getting in my mind that it's someone you're not letting go, but that's not the only thing, or that's not the only thing that's clouding your mind right now, Taurus. That you're not letting go. You know. Um, let's see what's next. Okay, Ace of Cups. This was at the top of the deck. So love, new feelings, compassion. This is not necessarily a love for someone else. That is the lover's card. Although this can draw in like a love of someone else when you are in a mode of, first of all, this is your last card. I don't know why I'm reading it now, but you know, this was supposed to be the last card. You have one more card that came before this, but improvising, right? So it can be a situation to where you are you find a new love for something, and because of that your heart is open to just love in general, and that might make room for a possible relationship. But don't even focus on that, Taurus, right now, to be honest with you, because it seems as though you got finances you got to worry about. If we being real, we got the Nine of Pentacles in reverse. You know, um, overspending. This is also careerism. I always have a hard time saying that word. Careerism. I gotta say it slow like that. Careerism. Essentially, what I'm saying when I say careerism or career, or whatever I was saying before, is um, you're too focused on a job and not necessarily focusing on personal development. Now I know we got bills, we got all this other stuff we got to make. It's 2025. We trying to get this money. We trying to get out of the financial debt, financial binds. We get that. I get that at least. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what anybody else watching this if they feel the same way, but I'm telling you right now, Taurus, I feel you. And anyone else feeling that type of energy, I feel you. Trust me. But we cannot let our personal development go continue. If you've been doing this, you can't let your personal development to continue to go on the wayside or just be on the back burner while we're focusing on our finances. And especially if you don't necessarily have your finances on lock. Again, the Nine of Pentacles is someone who, in reverse, we put it that way, is someone who doesn't necessarily have their finances on lock as they should. They're overspending, and it seems as though that overspending probably has to do with this emotional baggage that you have. You think that the overspending, the whole retail therapy thing that a lot of people suffer from. You think that that's going to heal you, when in actuality, what's going to actually heal you is, yeah, this is step number one, being open and honest about this tower, your emotions, being open and honest about what isn't, what's no longer going to be, you know, in existence, I should just say, of your life. Move forward from that. Stop thinking about the past. You're It's like you're in this mode of, you're going to admit, like you're admitting that so and so is never going to want to be with me anymore, or this work situation or whatever the case is isn't necessarily for me, or it's not going to work out the way that I want it to. But then you are still, again, the Six of Swords is someone like in reverse, like you're still holding on to that hurt, that hope, that possibility, that things are going to work out, and that, like, you're still holding on to the past. It may have been a situation in this job. Now I'm thinking it's more so of a job situation, a career situation, rather than you not letting individual go. But you're still thinking about the good old days at this career, whatever, right? And you're holding on to it, thinking that times now are going to all of a sudden go back to how they were. Let's just say, I'm just putting a timeline on it. This is coming to mind, 2021. You know, that's not how things are going to be. 2021 was that. And maybe 2022 was good. Maybe even 2023. But clearly, the energy that is here right now, and I feel like this is energy that's been festering for at least some time now, if not last year, if not older than last year, at least last year, right? So it's been some time, Taurus, where this energy has been around for you. I feel as though, but you're not letting it go. You're not letting it go. You're not accepting the truth. The reality is, whatever is happening with your job, and I'm saying it's a job or it's a career, it's something that you do per se, because again, you have the Nine of Pentacles showing up, but again, the card I just pulled for you, the Ace of Cups. Now, this is a reminder, or at least a message to you, that whatever you're working on before, let it go. The Tower is telling you that, to let it go. Just let it go. Find something new that you will love. At least this is good. It's a good sign to show you that this is a possibility. So it's not like all hope is lost for you, Taurus, in as far as a career sector, as far as trying to find something or an activity that you love to do, but you just need to allow the past to be the past with this job, this career. It didn't work out. Again, 2021 was that. Whatever happened then, or however long ago it was, when things were going swimmingly well at this career, that was that. Then the time now is now. And do you really want to spend another year? I don't care if the it don't matter if the mess if things started to go downhill with this job last year in 2024. Still, we're at the beginning of 2025. Do you want to spend another year hoping things will go back to how they were in 2021, or going 2020, or however long it was, when you should just, again, admit to what is being what's not working, and let it fall. Let that tower fall. Find that new love. Find something else you will be passionate about, because you're jeopardizing this. You're jeopardizing your time and success on this thing. Not allowing, not letting go of these old emotions of whatever this old career that you have. And again, I bring up career because Nine of Pentacles in reverse. So that's what I have for you, Taurus. Best of luck with your situation as well regarding this. If you would like a personal read, feel free to reach out to me. Once again, check the email. Well, check the description box for the email. All right. But that was your general read for the beginning of the year so far. What the universe wants to let you know. Next, we are doing Gemini. Let me update. Once again, let me update this one man band over here. So be patient with me. We say you'll start at 25, 20, what time? 26, whatever. All right. Seconds be going by fast, don't they? Anyways, Gemini, you're up next. This is for you. You can watch for your sun, moon, or rising sign. Okay. This is for the sign of Gemini. Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you, Gemini. And what I'm looking for right now is the overall message, or one message at least, that the universe has for you right now at the beginning of the year. Let's get it. All right. Ooh. So, Gemini, we start off with the Ace of Wands, creation, taking the initiative. I like seeing this, this is definitely a great energy that everyone should have. But, especially during this time, during the beginning of the year, it's always great to take initiative on anything you want to take initiative on, whether it be a creative endeavor, as this also symbolizes your career or whatever. Just be creative about it and take the initiative, go for it, because the universe is saying you moving in that type of energy is actually going to reward you rather than you just sitting around and waiting for things to fall into your lap. Okay, so great way to start off the reading. Next, you have the Eight of Cups. So this is letting go. So, I know people are going to say, well, you told me to take control and now you're telling me to let go. This is what I'm saying here. You can take control of things, like actually just be active, right? Let me just give you an example with this channel, right? Or just YouTube in general. You can be the type of creator who creates their content, they upload, and they focus on what they can do, right? They're not trying to do too much in order to get the subscribers or get the views. They're not going to go crazy about it. They're not going to lose sleep. They're just going to do their part, and whoever gravitates toward the channel gravitates toward the channel. Whoever doesn't simply doesn't. But they're not going to go crazy when somebody says, nah, you ain't for me, or they're not going to go crazy trying to get everybody who watches YouTube videos to subscribe to their channel. All right. Letting go is simply allowing and acknowledging your part in your success. The other part is simply not up to your control. I and nobody else on YouTube can control who necessarily subscribes to the channel. Meaning we can't make those people subscribe. Like the individual watching now, if you're not subscribed, I can't just control your account, go to my channel and hit subscribe. I can't do that for anybody else. No one else can do that for me, and no one else in general on YouTube. It's up to the individual who is watching the video, the live stream, whatever the case is, to subscribe. Now, Gemini, I bring that up as an example, but you could be a content creator. Nonetheless, again, the Ace of Wands did show up for you. This is the card of creativity. Whatever the case is, when I tell you, can I do a reading? So thanks for watching, Daniela. Daniela, I'm doing the all signs reading for every sign. I'm on Gemini right now. If you would like a personal read, you can shoot me an email. You can find that in the description box of this video and every video that I post. But yeah, I am doing readings right now. general reads. But again, if you would like personal reads, shoot me that email. We'll go over, pricing, packages, all that stuff. Um, but yeah, back to Gemini's reading. As I was stating before, uh, it could be a situation to where you are a content creator. Nonetheless, whatever you're doing, Gemini, um, the universe is saying take control, do your part for sure, but don't try to do every single thing. Don't stress over, again, for the example of a content creator, don't stress over the followers or subscribers much. Okay, we all want those numbers to go up, obviously, but we can't control how other people perceive what they perceive, in regards to our content. If they enjoy it, if they decide to watch it, that's what they're going to enjoy and decide to do. If they don't want to, that's just what it is. Okay, you just have to do your part. So that is what the Eight of Pentacles once again is reminding you, Gemini. We'll continue on with your reading with the Three of Swords. So this is a heartbreak of some sort. Maybe this letting go that showed up before with the Eight of Cups, is saying that maybe you need to let go of some type of heartbreak, some suffering, some loss, it seems, because this is what this symbolizes. And maybe it's going to take a creative outlet to take your mind off of this situation, to take your mind um, off of whatever this heartbreak is. I want to say this is possibly a loss of a friend, someone that you were, uh, maybe a childhood friend, someone of your past, honestly, because you have the um, Four of Cups in reverse, you know, um, and it's usually just Six of Cups. My bad, not four, six of Cups in reverse. And this is someone who does idolize the past. But when it's upright, this is someone this is like fond memories in a sense, familiarity, like that type of bond in general. So I'm thinking that honestly, the universe at this moment in time, at the beginning of the year, the universe is telling you, Gemini, that focus on like a creative endeavor. Um, that's going to help take your mind off of this loss of a friend, possibly. If it applies, it applies. If it doesn't, it doesn't. As always, take whatever resonates. If you would like a personal read, once again, shoot me an email. We'll go over all of that. But yeah, letting go essentially is what you need to do now. And I don't mean to sound heartless. I don't want this to sound heartless, like you'll find another friend. But as long as you put yourself out there, again, with the Ace of Wands is taking initiative. This could, now that I'm saying it, and along with the rest of the situation, it could be you just putting yourself out there, taking the initiative, finding the inspiration and creativity, put yourself out there to find that companionship that you may have lost with this childhood friend of yours that I'm guessing, right? Now, you're going to do what you want to do, Gemini, as with all the signs. All I'm saying is I feel like if the universe is telling you to move on from this friendship simply because you two may have known each other since you all were kids, doesn't necessarily mean that the relationship has to continue going forward. It probably ran its course. However long it lasted was however long it lasted. It could be a situation where it lasted longer than it really needed to be. And right now, at this moment in time, in 2025, the universe is saying, listen, let it go. Like that should have ended a long time ago. The universe may have been telling you, Gemini, to end that relationship a long time ago. And now you just need a reminder. However it fits in your life at this moment in time. Um, you know, again, if the universe is saying let that friendship go, I'm inclined to say, yeah, and I'm only saying that just to leave some wiggle room for you. What I really want to say is I would listen to the universe, and you might have feelings about it. You probably will, and that's okay. But universe knows best, and um, if you want to continue on with this relationship with this person, you want to continue mourning this loss of a friend or whatever the case is, you know yourself better than I do. Okay. Your relationship with the universe is your relationship. I don't have control over that. My relationship with the universe is not your relationship, meaning that, yeah, we might have a relationship with the universe, but it's not exactly the same. You know what I'm saying? Um, so, best of luck with this situation here as well. If you would like a personal read regarding this Gemini, feel free to shoot me an email. You can find my email in the description box. All right, let's get these cards together. Let's check what's next after Gemini. We're flying right through these. I say that, and then it's going to be another 2 hour stream. Anyways, we go on to Cancer, and by the way, I'm still getting over like a little slight cold, so please bear with me if I sound congested. If I'm like sniffing all in y'all ear, I apologize. But uh, you know, how did I know? I'm about to block this. How did I know? Anyways, we can start with Gemini. All right. Let's do 40. Okay. 3640. I had a feeling this is why you don't ever accidentally or on purpose click on Facebook ads. Anyway, Cancer, what's going on, y'all? People popping in and out. That's fine. All right. Timestamps in the description box below, as always. But this is for the sign of Cancer, Sun, Moon, or Rising. As I stated before, you can watch for your Sun, Moon, or Rising. I would love that, or any sign in general. Timestamps will be in the description box below. I am updating them as I go. So if you don't see your sign's timestamp, please be patient. Okay? I'm live, one man band. It is what it is. So we start off with the Five of Swords in reverse. So this is compromise, you know. The way this reading ends, the way it begins and ends is very interesting. In between is kind of interesting as well. We'll get to these other cards, but this is not a bad card, but I got to see how it fits with the rest of the read, of course. But like I will say Cancer. I like don't be too much of someone who's willing to compromise everything about like every belief you have or everything about yourself just because you don't want some type of conflict, right? You know, um, you conflict is not necessarily, I mean, conflict isn't good all the time, obviously, but it's not something that we should always avoid. If you can avoid it, do it, but sometimes conflict is needed. All right, now don't take this message and be like, well, Ernest is telling me to take out my sword and be dirty. I'm not telling you to be all in this energy. It's good to be in this energy. But, you know, if there is a time where you need to be the intimidator in a sense, it might call for a situation, might call for it. All right. I don't see it being the case here, but I just wanted to let that message be out there. I felt compelled to say that, so I said it. Your next card is the Knight of Swords, another swords card in reverse, impulsiveness, aggression as well. So I was just talking about how, being, I guess, aggressive, or being conflicting, I guess, can be a good thing. Um, this could be a situation to where I'm looking at this reading, and you may have been in the energy, because this has to do with other people. I'm telling you right now, like, this has to do with either your job, working with others, whatever you do that involves the input of other people, not just yourself. But you may have been in this type of mode, and it was causing conflict. But it just seemed as though, maybe because of the new year, maybe because something else that has uh maybe because your connection with the universe has made you want to turn into this energy, like, let me be less of a um combative individual within this situation. Let me be someone who can compromise within this group setting, and not have it always be my way or the highway. We'll continue on after that. After the Knight of Swords, we have the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. Uh, Missed opportunities. This is also risky investments as well. Eesh. Um, but I think, in regards to the situation, it's a missed opportunity. If I had to put all this together, you have one more card that comes up after this. But if I had to put all of this together, I think that you, and again, this group setting, and I'll get into why I believe other people are involved in this situation here. You and this group setting, y'all had an opportunity. You had an opportunity to make some damn money. I'm just going to keep it real. Y'all had some opportunity to actually get stuff done. You had some opportunity to manifest some abundance in your life. But Cancer, you messed it up. And I'm being real with you, like I'm being real to everybody else. You messed it up. You messed it up with probably being super combative. You was on some, I'm going to say this, right? You was on some Joe Budden type of energy. Now, I know Joe Budden's a Virgo. Not, I don't know if he got Cancer placements and everything, but you was on some Joe Budden type of energy. I say that in a sense that he seems to always, whenever he's in a group dynamic, he seems to be the reason, or at least the loudest reason, as to why the group never really succeeds as they could have been. And he tends to be someone of a my way or the highway, even in group settings. Now, if you want to have that attitude about yourself, if you're working up for yourself, by all means, you're entitled to that. But when you're working in a group setting, you obviously have to be cognizant of the other people within your group. Now, the difference between you and Joe, other than your sun sign possibly, is you seem very much open, once again, to realizing that your attitude, your behavior in the past may have cost you all a situation to get abundance, to make some money. But now you're like, okay, I realized that I was the problem, and I'm willing to reconcile for it, and compromise, going forward. This Three of Pentacles is you devoting yourself to that progress, you learning from that and being able to collaborate with them folks, as I was saying before. you know and it's a great thing that it showed up this way, because if it showed up like this, then it is more group conflict, and depending on other cards, it could be a situation to where, like, they were going to kick you out. They were going to be like, forget Cancer, we're going to do this by ourselves, or we're going to find someone else to replace Cancer. It seems as though, even though you recognize your mess up, it's still a good thing, because you all can learn from it. You all are still working together. So at the end of the day, Cancer, you may have been on some Joe Budden type stuff, and being very much for lack of better wording, no pun intended, a Cancer to the work dynamic, the group dynamic, but you're realizing that you're opening up yourself to it, to realizing that, or at least that's what the universe wants you to do. Again, this is what the universe is saying you should be doing. At the end of the day, you can do whatever you do. You could respond how Cancers have responded to my videos in the past and cry. Although I'm trying to help you out here. Or you can take the truth about yourself that you don't necessarily like, understand it, and accept your part in the mess up, and move forward from it. Learn from it. We all mess up. Every sign. I just gave you an example of a Virgo who messed us up. You know what I'm saying? So this is not something that only Cancers are guilty of. Every sign is guilty of having moments when we are not our best, when we are just a terrible teammate, when we are just very combative and very we're stunting the progress of the teamwork, of the work effort and stuff. We have moments like that, but you get past those moments when you are able to admit to your part. You get past those moments when you're able to learn from it. Simple as that. Okay. So that was Cancer right there. Best of luck for you in this situation. Once again, if you would like a personal read, you're able to book that with me by sending me an email. Let me number one block this number. If this phone can fucking stop freezing on me. Y'all hurry up and like and share, and I'll do all that good stuff for this channel so I can get some more money. So I can get a new phone. But now I gotta reopen these windows. Okay. I just did Cancer. Leo! What's happening? What's happening? One of these days I'm actually gonna remember the order of the zodiac signs, but let's say your time starts 40, nope, not 46, 4709. Let's just say that. Get ahead of the time. Leo, this is for you, sun, moon, or rising. Once again, you can watch for your sun, moon, or rising sign. If you happen to pop in, check out the timestamps that are there before. I may have read for your sign, I may have not. I know someone in here earlier, she is a Scorpio. Scorpios are not nuts, but coming up. But Leo, this is for you. Okay, sun, moon, or rising. Let's see if we can get. Oh, we got a couple more cards for Leo. All right. All right. So I feel like for whatever reason, you're somewhat, I won't say that. I thought it was going to be similar to Aries. You might have Aries in your chart. Anyways, you have the Judgment card in reverse. I only said that because Aries didn't get Judgment card in reverse. They had the Star in reverse. But it's, I got the best reflexes ever, bro. Y'all was about to see naked butts. No, this is YouTube, not OnlyFans, all right? But anyways, self-loathing, man, like being critical of self. And again, the Star card in reverse is very much that energy too, like harshly judging yourself. And again, Aries, I believe it was, yeah, Aries, their reading started off with that. But again, with the Star card in reverse, there's no Star card present here. But still, same message that I'm going to say to them. It seems as though one of the messages the universe wants you to know at this moment in time, excuse me, is that you have to just reshape how you feel about yourself, honestly. I think you might be in a negative rut about how you feel about yourself, being that it's the beginning of a new year, being that 2024 may not have been a year where you felt like you accomplished much or you actually did much for yourself. And you have all these hopes and dreams, but like again, don't know how your last year looked. I can give you general ideas based off of readings I did for you last year, but I can't necessarily tell you specifically. It wasn't like I read for you every damn day of last year. So with that being said, you know better than I how your days went last year. But just like with Aries, you need to let that go. You need to let this negative mindset about yourself because of the lack of success that you believe you had last year, or the yeah, just things that you feel as though that you could have done, that you wanted to do, that you didn't get done, and therefore you're now viewing yourself as some type of failure. And now you're going into this year with that mindset. The 8 of Cups, letting go. So it seems, again, like I was just telling you, you need to let go of this mindset that you were some type of failure due to last year. If it applies, of course, whenever the situation is. It could be a string of years. It could have been 2023. You didn't necessarily achieve the things you wanted to. And then 2024 went by and you was hoping that that year would be the year where you accomplished the things you wanted to. And you didn't do as much as you may have wished, just like 2023 or even prior, if that is the case. But harshly judging yourself for that is not going to get these things done, because I'm willing to bet, if again going back to 2023, if or going back to the beginning of 2024 about what you didn't do in 2023, I'm willing to bet you went into 2024 with the same negative mindset because of what you didn't accomplish in 2023. This whole I'm not shit, I didn't do anything, or this, that, and the third, and therefore I just suck. And now it's like you're expecting new results. You're going into another year with that same mindset and just now all expecting new results. I'm telling you right now, if you don't stop with that, your 2025 is going to look like your 2024, which looked like your 2023. So just take that in mind, Leo. You have 3 more cards here, so we'll continue. The Hermit card. All right. In reverse, though. Okay. So rejection, isolation, totally different from going within, because and also the Judgment card in reverse is someone who lacks introspection. The Hermit card, when in practice healthily, when it's upright, is someone who is introspective. The universe is really telling you right now that you need to be less judgmental and just be introspective. Now, being very much introspective just simply means that you need to look at your part into why you feel as though you aren't successful or you didn't get the things that you wanted done within your life, within the year. So let me just put it that way, the past year even. And the reason why I keep bringing that stuff up is because when you have after the Hermit card in reverse is you have the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. But to continue further explaining the Hermit card in reverse, just like with Aries, you're in this situation. They didn't get this, but they got, again, a different card that symbolized you not necessarily, allowing yourself. Again, the Star card symbolized that in a way where you are hiding yourself from the world, hiding yourself from putting yourself out there because you're ashamed, essentially, right? That's what the Hermit card in reverse is saying. Okay. And since we did bring up the Star, I brought this up some time ago. Let me try to put that as close as possible. So you see what's inside the lantern that the Hermit is holding up, right? That's the Star, actually. Quick little side note, something I learned, and since I learned about it, I wanted to tell the world or tell anyone willing to listen. You know what I'm saying? As I pulled up moments ago, we have the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. Ill fortune, refusal to change, delays. You know, delays just simply means that it's taking longer than it needs to. It's not that it's not happening, it's just taking longer than it needs to. But it's taking longer than it needs to because you're not necessarily doing your part in speeding it up or making things run it how they should be running at the pace that it should be. When I say should be, I mean at the pace at where you and the universe are conspiring together to make it work. There are certain things you need to change about yourself. Other than this mindset, I think it has to do with your activity level. You're probably not putting in as much work as you should in regards to having your wishes fulfilled and having these things that you desire in your life, right? Having the opportunities that you want. You're not necessarily putting yourself out there. Again, the Hermit card in reverse symbolizes that. Just other aspects in general in this reading symbolize that you're not necessarily doing or at least that's the vibe I got even prior to picking up the Hermit card in reverse, that this is not necessarily something, or not this, but you are not necessarily doing something different that is going to change your situation here, Leo. Change how not just the way that you view yourself, but change the opportunities. And again, as I mentioned before, if I didn't make it clear enough already, if you go into 2025 with the same mindset you went into 2024, and you went into that year because of what happened in 2023, or even a mindset, and you're thinking all I got to do is the bare minimum, and you get nothing but the bare minimum back, you get out what you put in. All right. Shout out to Stephen A. Smith. But for real, you get out what you put in. You put out this type of, if you want more, if you want this abundance, if you want these opportunities, these wishes being fulfilled, you're going to have to do a lot more than what you've been doing, Leo. Because what you've been doing has only been yielding you the results to whatever that ceiling is, you've only been meeting that ceiling and nothing higher because you haven't been actually putting in the work for nothing higher. Simple as that. Now, there are situations to where you can do, let's just say, the bare minimum, for lack of better wording, right? Or better phrasing, and actually yield higher results, investing in certain things and just making your investments, sitting back, doing whatever you're doing, watching the numbers grow. But not everything works like that. That's in the investment world. In other worlds, in other aspects, you have to keep going and going and going. All right. You might get to a level. Let's just use the example of content creation again. You might get to a level to where you have enough fans, or you have a video or a post or whatever the case is that gains so much traction that you can sit back for a while and not necessarily do more work because you're still getting the views, the numbers are still going up based off of your old post or whatever the case is. That might be a situation, but until you get there, you have to put in the work to get there. It's not just going to come. So, Leo, just to wrap it up once again, it seems as though it's a situation to where Gangdeep Singh, can you tell me about my career? What details should I tell? Gangdeep, if you are watching, first, hopefully I pronounce your name correctly, but if you are still watching, hi, thank you, appreciate you for tuning in. For personal reads, you have to shoot me an email and we'll go over the pricing and packages and all of that. Right now, I am doing an all signs reading for all of the signs. I'm just about to wrap up the sign of Leo. You can check the description box below for signs that I've already done. But again, yeah, if you would like a personal read, that's what the personal reads are for. So you can shoot me an email. We'll go over all of that. I appreciate you for understanding. Um, and again, one, Happy New Year. And thanks for tuning in. First and foremost, Happy New Year. But yeah, Leo, it just seemed as though, as I was saying with you, um, if you want more, you're going to have to do more this year, and that could have been a message that the universe has been telling you and you haven't really been listening, and now the universe is telling me to tell you that right now. But it could simply just be a situation where you really need to hear it. Whatever the case is, one of the messages that the universe really wants you to know right now, Leo, is that, again, to get more out of the life that you want in regards to your years or whatever, you have to do more than what you've been doing before. And if you're not willing to do more, then you have to be okay. You have to be okay with settling for, like I said, the ceiling that you've been reaching, because it seems as though it's not like you're not necessarily achieving things throughout the years or whatever. Um, Not even last year, but it does seem as though you want more out of life, but you don't want to do more to get more out of life. And hence why I was saying you have to do more. This is not a situation with certain investments where all you have to do is put some money into it from time to time, DCA it, say dollar cost averaging it, like putting in money from time to time, and then sitting back and watch the investment grow. Not everything in life works that way. In fact, a vast majority of things in life you have to work for. You can't necessarily get it that way. That's the investment world. But in other aspects outside of the investment world, and not everything you invest in is going to work that way. Some things you put your money into and you let it sit and your money doesn't go up, it doesn't move, or it gets worse. I'm no financial investor. I'm just telling you from personal experience, So, best of luck, Leo, for you. Again, if you would like a personal read regarding this situation here or any other situation, um, shoot me an email, and you can find my email in the description box below. We'll go over the pricing packages, all that good stuff. Yeah. So let me get to editing this timestamp. That was Leo. We are on to Virgo now, my sign. What's happening, Virgos? The last sign I read for the 2024 year. Hopefully, y'all are doing well. Your new year is going well thus far. Let me get a good shuffle for my Virgos out there. And you can watch for your sun, moon, or rising sign, or any sign that you want. Um, you know, take it however it resonates, as always. Okay. 3 cards, quick and easy. Ooh, all right. So, I mean, we do start off with the sun card, which is great. Vitality, living in our truth, shining bright. The sun is a star as well. So you can consider this the second star card. But, this is definitely something that is great to see. But, you know, there is something that we need to let go of. The tower in reverse. Fear in the past, resisting change, stalling. And although we are shining, we are living in our truth, I think there are certain truths about ourselves that, or certain aspects even, that we're not necessarily letting go. You know, I won't call them certain truths, but certain aspects about ourselves that we just need to let go. Maybe we feel like we need to keep them because we've held on to that side of ourselves for so long that it's just what we know, right? Or we've held on to that side of ourselves because we feel as though it's a protection mechanism, right? But the universe is saying to us right now, like, let it go. 2025, let it go. It hasn't served you as well as you thought it did in the past, or even if it did serve us in some way well in the past. Right now in 2025, let's be mindful of letting it go, because um, I can tell you as a Virgo, I don't know what the other Virgos are feeling, but it's like I want change this year. Now I don't want like, well, I do want drastic change, but I will be fine if it's not drastic change. Let me put it that way. But I do want change this year. And it's hard to achieve any type of change if you're not willing to change, if you're not willing to let things go. You know, if there are just certain things or certain sides or certain aspects about yourself that you're not willing to let go, people don't seem to correlate themselves with the other aspects of their life, but simply because you're like, oh, I don't want to change this, and you think, but I do want this other aspect that's totally unrelated to my personality to change. Well, you might have to not settle, but you might have to start with changing something about yourself. Again, your personality. You might have to start with changing that first initially before you can get that new house, that new apartment, that new, living situation. Before you can get that, you might have to change your spending habits. Before you can get that new body that you want, you might have to change your eating habits, your working out habits, your physical activity habits. Before you can get that new anything, you might have to change something about yourself that you're not letting go. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I'm trying to say here is like, start with what you can change. Start with what you've been comfortably keeping, and or at least not allowing yourself to change because you're telling yourself it's too hard or it's going to take a long time for me to change this. Whereas that other thing you want to change, you think the change is and it's just going to come like that. So it could be a situation like that. We'll get into the last card here, only three. We have the Ace of Swords, clear minded, new ideas, a breakthrough. So, although we do have the Tower card that shows up in reverse as someone who is not allowing the change to happen, a breakthrough is happening with the Ace of Swords, meaning that it could be a situation where, hey, we are slowly chipping away at this tower. Now, I don't know about y'all, but I don't know any sword that can take out a tower. But I'm sure if one were to try to chop a tower down with a sword, you might have some time eventually. You might make progress very slow, very, very slow. But it might be some progress. You might chip away at it. You might end up hitting a wire that causes an explosion that causes that tower to. I'm talking all this stuff. Let me tell you. Let me just say this out loud for YouTube or whatever. I am not a terrorist. I don't condone terrorist attacks. These are metaphors that I can only think of right now because thinking on the fly is not necessarily, well, it is a strong suit of mine, but I don't want to spend 50 cajillion hours thinking of a better metaphor, but it's just a metaphor. Don't meet, I'm not telling anyone to blow up towers. I'm not telling anyone to attack towers with swords or attack anyone. No, 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 no. These are all metaphors. All right. Anyways, what I'm saying is after us realizing there's a change that needs to be made, we are going to make the effort, or at least we are going to accept the idea of a breakthrough, the idea of allowing these changes to happen. So, let me take a sip, but that's what I have for us Virgos. All right. That pre-workout, it might kick in. You know what I'm saying? But that's what I have for us Virgos. If you would like a personal read regarding the situation or anything else, uh, please let me know in my email. Again, this is the general read. This is not a personal read. If you would like a personal read, you have to email me for any sign you have to email me, and we'll go over pricing, packages, all that stuff. And that's where you can ask the questions. You can find my email in the description box below. Okay. Next sign we are reading for is the sign of Libra. You have Libra in your chart, sun, moon, or rising. This is for you. What does the universe want you to know at this moment, at the beginning of the year? This card showing up for a lot of signs. You might have those other signs in your chart, but it seems as though we're having a Eight of Cups type of day. But before we get to that, we have. Did I just have a southern accent? Oh, we have. Nah, sorry. I didn't even do the timestamp. I'm tripping. Damn. Thank God no one watching this now. Libra, my bad. I'm not even going to tell you I fucked up your time. Or I almost forgot your timestamp. 110:34. Libra, this is for you. We start off with the Eight of Pentacles. So, developing a skill, you mastering something that you have a passion for, and it seems as though this passion is going to at least bring you some good fortune, some good luck, maybe some great opportunities. But I do think that there is a lot that you need to let go. And I mean a whole lot you actually need to let go before you possibly see the rewards to this. I think you're very much in this mode of um, I'm working on this and I want to see instant results. Don't we all? Don't we all want to see instant results for what we desire, what we do? I would love to see instant results for this YouTube channel. I would love to see instant results for on sales on my books and writing and stuff like that. You can find this in the description box below as well. I would love to see instant results for everything that I do, essentially, but that's not reality, Libra. Reality is we are going to spend a lot of time working on our craft. If you love it, enjoy the process. If you don't love it, find something you do love. That's me speaking. That's not the universe speaking. I'll continue on saying what the universe is speaking, but that was me personally speaking to you. All right. We start off. We not start off. We start off the Eight of Pentacles. We continue on with another eight, but the Eight of Cups. Excuse me. This has showed up for a couple of signs today, but upright. This is the first time it showed up in reverse. This is undervaluing yourself, though. Fear of change. And as I was stating moments ago, there is an aspect of letting go that you should partake in. The Eight of Cups, when upright, is the card of letting go, allowing the universe to do its part, allowing you to be satisfied with your work and your part. And again, just enjoying the journey in general. As the Eight of Pentacles is once again reminding you to do. But it just seems as though, Libra, you're very much in a mode of being judgmental. Like you think your lack of, quotation marks, lack of success is because of your work, when it probably isn't, Libra. It probably isn't. I'm gonna say it isn't, but it very much likely isn't because your work isn't good enough. It's because you're not necessarily trusting the process. You're being too forceful. It seems like a lot of people are having that type of energy. I was just reading for, a sign before Virgo, where it seemed as though they were being too forceful. Leo, I believe. Aries, I believe, and like other signs in general, being just too forceful. You know, last year I personally feel last year was great for me. I'm not going to be an asshole and be like, because it was great for me, I think it's great for everybody else. I never think that way. Just like if I think it was a horrible year for me, that it was horrible for everyone else. I've had horrible years as well. But I feel like as I'm doing these readings and stuff, I feel like last year wasn't necessarily one that a lot of people were satisfied with. Not just based off of stuff I'm seeing on social media, but just what, like I said, with these readings, at least, I feel like last year people are just wondering what's in store for this year, but they are going into it being super forceful now because they don't want a repeat of last year, which is understandable. There are certain aspects of last year that I definitely don't want to repeat in 2025. So I totally get it. But what I understand is that, and I'm still learning this, I'm a Virgo, so definitely I'm still learning this, what I'm about to say to you. But what I do understand, what I have been learning the hard way, last year especially taught me that. Prior to 2024, I was learning this as well. And I'm still currently learning it, is that you have to let the universe do what the universe is going to do. You have to worry about your part, your power, what you're going to do. You can't control everything. You can't control everyone. I was just telling somebody that one of the signs I was reading for earlier, I believe it was Taurus. You can't control the outcome of every single thing. You know what I'm saying? You have to let go and allow the universe to take its course. You know, um, whoever I was telling that to, you might have that sign. Again, timestamps in description box below because I just read for them, or I already read for them. So their timestamp is already up. But yeah, we'll continue on. You have three more cards. You have the Queen of Wands in reverse. This is insecurity, essentially. Someone who could be very much jealous too. Now, I think I'm going to more so speak to the jealous aspect and the insecurity aspects or meanings of this card in reverse. I think if there is jealousy here, Libra, it is definitely jealousy of someone of your past. Maybe someone of someone of your past, I'm going to say. I'm saying that because you have what I call the innocence card, but in actuality, it's called the Six of Cups. Okay, but it's in reverse. Um, this is idealizing the past. But in upright, it is someone who is like memorializing somebody, fond memories of the past, right? Now, how this coincides with the Queen of Wands in reverse. Again, like I said, jealousy. I believe that you're someone who is watching this old friend, someone you used to get along with, right? And you two might do the same thing. Like whatever this passion is, you and this friend might have the same passion. Like you all do the same thing. But they might be further along in their journey than you are. And that is making you feel insecure. Once again, make you feel as though the product that you're creating, whatever this passion is, that you're not good enough because they're further along, or it seems that way. It seems like they got more fans. It seems like they're further along and all that stuff. I'm gonna let y'all in on a little secret here. And I'm not being a hater, but you can make anything look like anything online. What do I mean by that? What I'm saying here is there are people online who make it seem like as though they're more popping than they actually are. Now, I'm not being a hater. I'm just giving y'all the truth. Me being a hater would be calling out some names and be like, yeah, so and so ain't popping like that. But I'm not doing that. I'm just letting you know, and I'm gonna leave it at there, and I'm gonna continue on with your reading. I had to sideswipe for a moment, but it's still all relative simply because you're probably being fooled. You're probably being fooled in thinking that this old friend of yours is popping more than they are. And even if they are, so what? Your journey is yours, theirs is theirs. As I said at the beginning of your reading here, I don't think your product is lacking in lacking in taste or lacking in any type of goodness, quality. Put it, that's the word I should use, right? It's not lacking in quality. You know, I don't think so. I mean, you watching this, if you watching this, whether it's the playback, you got good taste. That's all I'm gonna say. You came in, you watching this, that means good taste. So it's not we're lacking in quality, but it could simply just mean be other people gravitating to your friend or your former friend, right? This person of your past. It could simply just be, again, you energetically, because I see this being the reason as well. You energetically are causing a lot of the rifts between the success that you want regarding this situation or regarding this passion and your perception of self and all this other stuff, right? So you have one more card. We'll get into the last one. This is pretty hopeful. The Page of Cups. So this is a pleasant surprise, curiosity, naivete. Can't even speak today, but not like. So usually being naive is not one that I would want someone to be, but it's kind of like, again, this whole idea of letting go. And I think you need to be you need to allow yourself to be open to a surprise that people will actually gravitate toward you. People will gravitate toward this passion, this skill that you're mastering, whatever this thing is, that you just need to continue working on it and just do it with the love of the journey, love of the game, whatever you want to call it. You do it with that intent and allow yourself to be pleasantly surprised, because it could be a situation to where you are just doing your thing and you wake up one day and you have 100 people knocking at your door, figuratively speaking, hopefully not literally, but you 100 people knocking at your door wanting whatever this craft that you have, wanting to buy into it, wanting you to make whatever you do, wanting to consume this passion of yours, right? That could be a situation. It could be a situation of self-exploration. Again, this is also the Page of Cups is also the card of curiosity. It could be while you're working on your craft, you continue to find new and different ways to do what you do. You become just more so of a curious individual, and you are surprised at what you come up with because of your curiosity. That within itself can breed into some more success or new ideas or just some abundance in general, all the things that you want. But energetically, you need to get out of your own way. You're in this energy for the most part during this reading of being super negative about yourself, be super negative about, again, wanting instant gratification, being jealous of this old friend, possibly simply because they seem to be further along on their journey than you. Yeah, all of that stuff gets in the way of the surprises in life for you. So, Libra, I would get that stuff under wraps and not worry about anybody else. Simple as that. Just worry about yourself, okay? If you would like clarification or personal read regarding this situation here, feel free to shoot me an email. You can find my email in the description box below, okay? Shoot me an email, shoot me a question. We'll go over packaging, pricing, all that good schnickete. Okay. Next, we are doing Scorpio. I don't think Sherry up in here anymore, but if you come back, Miss Sherry, your time is up right now for your sign. Let's do 123. 53. Let's do that. Scorpio, sun, moon, or rising. This is for you. All right. Yeah. What the universe wants to tell you right now at the beginning of the year, what you should be paying attention to, taking heed. I mentioned this at the beginning. You do have, or I will do another I'll always do these live readings every 12 subscribers, of course, but another one is upon me, I guess, I believe. So that one will be like a second type of message the universe wants us to know. We'll get to there when we get there. All right. We start off with the Temperance card in reverse. So desperation, impulsiveness as well. Um, yeah, this year I think is the year where you really need to get this under wraps, Scorpio. Um, Now there are some good signs, or a good sign that things do get better for you this year, um, in regards to maybe what you physically want to possess or just you in general. But yeah, I would say, work on that, this side of you, or these impulses, where you're making desperate decisions or decisions out of desperation. um, yeah, I really do get the sense that 2024, now I'm not like some idiot that thinks every year is a great year, or every year is a great year for everybody. But I do get the sense that, from these readings, I really get the sense that a lot of folk didn't necessarily have the most ideal 2024, and now people are either really in desperation mode to make their 2025 better, or they are like going in control mode, which is a form of desperation mode, to make sure that they have the life that they want. What I will say is, a great thing for these type of desperate moments is at least people are realizing they have the power to change their life, and they are deciding to do something about it, or at least they want to. They have a want, whether they actually do it or not. The want is there to do something about it, right? So that's a good thing to see, but you just have to channel that in a healthy way. So had to say that, not just for Scorpio, but anyone who is willing to need that message. The next card is the Three of Cups in reverse, overindulgent. So I feel like, when you have the Temperance in reverse, impulsiveness, and then you have overindulgent, I think the universe is really telling you at this moment in time, like going into 2025, Scorpio, you really need to get that under wraps. Your 2024 or even prior years may have been rough, or you may have had some rough patches simply because of your overspending, your overindulgence, your lack, for lack of a better word, and not insulting you, your greed. There are things in your life where that money could have gone to, should have gone to, probably, you know, better use of, or just greed in general, because you are in this mode. I feel as though you're in this mode of, I need to have it all. I should have it all. Well, sure, Scorpio. I'm not going to deny it. You probably do deserve it all. You know what I'm saying? But at what cost? Do you want it at the expense of your debt getting higher? Do you want it at the expense of you not being able to pay rent on time or at all? Do you want it at the expense of you not being able to, handle business? You deserve the world, of course, but in order to achieve that, you have to be wise about your spending habits, your indulgence levels, how you're able to uh, obtain the world. Because I'm not saying you don't deserve it, you do. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, if you're giving away if you're just indulging now, it seems you're not necessarily going to attain the world, because it's like like God is handing you everything that you want, or he is giving you like the tools, right? Or whatever, right? He's giving you things to help you build this world, right? Yet you find other use for these things and you use that for the impulsive, momentary pleasure you use these tools for, these whatever he's giving you, instead of just stacking them and holding on to them, and or just using them sparingly to the point where you're building your world, but you're also partaking in these instant pleasures that you've been partaking in. You're just going for the instant pleasures, you know. Now, I bring up the world card because you have the world. It does show up upright. I'm trying to cover it, you know, but it does show up upright. Wholeness, fulfillment, accomplishment. So it does show up, meaning that this energy is still here. You know, it's still present, and it's definitely present within your world. I mean, within your world, but within your year is what I meant to say, right? You are still going to continue to get blessings to actually get this world. I had that feeling, Scorpio. But you have to be very much wise with what you're doing with it going forward, this year and going forward. You can't make these impulsive buys, these impulsive moves in general, whatever they look like, purchases or whatever. You can't keep making these things and then hoping for this desired life that you have for yourself, right? This desired, life, this world that you have for yourself. You can't keep doing the bare. It's like someone who wants to save up for the perfect house, and yet they keep spending money, and they keep spending their savings and stuff, and not really saving up as much as they should. I'm not telling you not to spend money. I'm not telling you not to indulge, right? But to go overboard with it and then still have these grand plans of I want X, Y, and Z. And it's like you're getting the blessings to achieve these things, and you're not necessarily doing whatever you can to make that a reality. Whose fault is that? So it's like I'm not trying to make you feel bad. I'm just saying like it's how else do you explain to somebody or even yourself that this world that you want to achieve, or that you want to obtain, is how else do you explain you not getting it if you are getting all these blessings and all these things, and yet you're instantly just spending, whether it's money or whatever, you're spending it for that temporary, momentarily instant pleasure, instead of playing the long game to build this world that you have. But like I said, the good thing is it does seem as though you are being favored by the universe. The universe is going to keep giving you these blessings. And I don't think it's a situation to where because God is a Scorpio or something. Like I think it's because you eventually will understand what I'm saying here. You eventually will change. You eventually will actually realize what you are doing to actually keep this world, like what your part and why maybe your years or whatever haven't gone the way that you wanted them to. So, best of luck to you, Scorpio. If you would like a personal read regarding this situation or any other situation, let me know by sending me an email. You can find the email in the description box. But let me go update these timestamps. Yep, getting down to the wire. Sagittarius, what's happening? Let me first spell your zodiac sign right. You deserve to be spelled correctly. All right. And the time is We'll say 15. Cool. Sagittarius. If you have Sagittarius in your chart, sun, moon, or rising, you are definitely able to watch for all three signs or any sign. This is for you. Let me get a sip again. Whew. These are a lot. Like, it's a lot. But I love doing this. I enjoy doing this, whether people are watching or not. I love doing this. So, yeah, we're going to get into what the universe wants to let you know right now at this moment in time. During the beginning of this year, okay? This is going to be one of two. You'll get another reading, live reading, as soon as I hit 72 subscribers. So if you're not subscribed, if you end up watching the playback, hit that subscribe, all right, to get that second message, all-star reading. Oh, Sagittarius, rough one. Anyways, I'm not going to lie, but you can always reverse everything, okay? We start off with the King of Cups in reverse. This is someone who is very much selfish, very much manipulative, someone who poorly guides people so they can manipulate them, essentially, right? Very much self-explanatory. It's the type of energy that the universe is telling you to avoid. Now, I am very much inclined, once again, as I always state, when I do readings, whether it's general reads or personal reads, the cards that show up are your energies. They're rarely the energies of someone else unless you bring up somebody else or unless it's a clear-cut somebody else. We'll continue on with the rest of this reading. But for now, I am going to tell you, whether it is your energy or not, the King of Cups in reverse, you should be mindful of this energy seeping into you being that type of energy, or be mindful of having that type of energy within your life for 2025. Okay. We have the Chariot in reverse. Aggression. Someone who really is, I'm going to say, like, without determination, undetermined, and like this is the card of someone who is very much not determined, has no, like, there's having goals and then there's not having goals. This is not trying to move forward. This is opposition, the total opposite of going forward. That's what the Chariot is in reverse is all about. That's quite the ugly energy. Again, if this is energy for you, Sagittarius, damn, what happened last year? Like, honestly, like I was saying before, y'all, like last year, ugh. Or at least the energies I'm reading for, the people that need to see this, it seems as though last year was an MFer for some folk, to be real with y'all, But we gonna get through this. I'm gonna do my best to help you to make sure that your year 2025 and going forward, for however long I do this thing, and I plan on doing this for a while because I enjoy doing this. So it's like, as long as God gives me the power and will to do it, and God keeps us around, I'm gonna keep doing it. But I'm trying to make our lives better, is what I'm saying here. But it seems as though whatever happened last year or even prior, Sagittarius, you're like in this very toxic mood. Like, you're very manipulative. You're very mean, for lack of better wording, or at least lack of less judgy wording. Yeah, it's not some type of energy you want to be in. This is very much like dark energy. And we do need to tap into the dark and the light at times. I get that. You know what I'm saying? But I don't see how in this situation here, a dark energy is going to benefit you. We'll continue. You have one more card, but I don't see in general how this dark energy, this dark yeah, this dark energy is going to benefit you in any way. I really do not see a benefit in you being in this type of energy thus far. Your last card is the Empress in reverse. Insecurity and stagnation, just like with the Chariot in reverse. That's again stagnation as well. So I think that a lot of your aggression at this moment in time, this darkness that you might be feeling, has to do with you being insecure based off of, again, possibly 2024 didn't go the way you wanted to, and now you're going into this year very much angry and very much combative and aggressive, and you're also willing to fuck up somebody else's year, be very much manipulative, because you're of this mind of, since I had a bad 2024, someone else is gonna get it. It's like the little cycles that get on the trains, right? I don't know if y'all ride public transportation. I do. All right, you see how I'm living, but nah. But I don't know if y'all ride public transit or not. But um, like them be there's always this one aggressive, not always, but there, from at time to time, there's this overly aggressive dude. Most some I say dude because it's most of the times the dude. I've seen aggressive women too, but it's most of the times a dude. So I'm gonna say it. It's usually an aggressive dude who's having a very bad day. And because he's having a very bad day, he wants to now ruin that day of everybody else that's in the train. All right. None of the people, by the way, not myself, none of the other people on this train, not the other people in the train cars attached to the entire, train, uh, are responsible for this individual's bad day. All right. Now, I'm not saying that this individual should ignore their feelings, but this whole aspect of, I'm going to make everybody else's day a bad day because I'm having a bad day. That's not how you go about fixing your bad days. You know, uh, same goes for a bad year. You may have had a bad 2024, but if you're really going into 2025 with this idea of, because my 2024 was basuda juice, I am now going to ruin somebody else's year. That's not how you can get, that's not how you should go into it. Because honestly, and I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna wrap up your reading. That's how you get stomped out. Anyways, hopefully this situation gets better. I don't want to even go deeper into this reading, Sagittarius. Uh, hopefully the next time I do read for you, I am going to go back to the general reads tomorrow. Um, for the three individual signs like I do every weekend. So subscribe for that. You might get a reading tomorrow, you might not. I don't know. The generator chooses on the day that it happens. All right. But if you would like a personal read in regards to whatever this situation is, hit me up at my email. Be respectful. Don't come with that dark energy. It's okay to be upset. It's okay to have bad days. You have bad years. I've had bad years. I have bad days. But I don't ever try to ruin someone else's day or year because of my bad days or years. That's whack. It's not how you go about doing it. So I'm willing to help you out with this situation. But if you're going to come with that energy, I am not the person that you might think he's Mr. Laffy Laffy, soft, cuddly. He don't know, he'll never harm a fly. You're going to fuck around and find out. Like everybody who has. So that's not a threat. That's a warning. I'm just saying. Anyways, best of luck to you. We on to the next sign. All right. Capricorn. All right. I laugh because I love laughing because it's better than crying, but don't think laughter and joking is the only sides of me. That's all I'm gonna say. So come correct, people. All right, Capricorn. What's your time, baby? What is your time? Ugh. 1:44. Now I gotta change the time. 1:44. Let's just say 07. Capricorn. And are we in Capricorn season? Yeah, I think we're in Cap season still. So with that being said, Capricorn, if you would like a birthday reading, and now again, this is for the Capricorns who have birthdays coming up. Okay, if you have a birthday coming up, uh, your season, of course, you are able to get a free read, birthday read. I just did one for someone the other day. If you're watching this or you're going to watch this, I know you watched your birthday reading already. We already discussed all that. Appreciate you for reaching out once again. But if you do want a free birthday reading, personal read, let me know. Shoot me an email. That's for every sign. When it's your season, you are eligible for a free personal read. You just have to email me, and it's only for upcoming birthdays of the season. Okay, don't hit me up right now. Don't be a Virgo and hit me up right now. Talk about what a free read. Hit me up during Virgo season, because if you want that read, I'm not going to start it until Virgo season. So it's like, sure, you can let me know your birthday. You can let me know we share the same birthday, August 30th. But guess what? You're not getting that reading till August 30th. So you might as well just hit me up then. All right. Anyways, so with that being said, we're in Capricorn season. Capricorns who have a birthday coming up. Now, if your birthday already passed, happy belated birthday, but it's only for coming up birthdays, not birthdays that have just passed, even though we're in the season. So if your birthday is just passed, you have to pay like everybody else. But just remember the next time, next year, going forward, God willing, we're all still here. I still intend on doing this, of course. So, God willing, you will get your birthday read next year. Just keep that in mind. He does this every single year for every sign when it's their season. Okay? And he does it for the coming up birthdays, not the past ones, the ones coming up during the actual season. Okay? Anyways, so with that being said, Capricorn, we start off with the Fool in reverse. Okay, so this is someone who is very much gullible. Now, it's good to be a free spirit. I love this energy, and you are able. And as I've mentioned before, I mentioned this in someone else's reading earlier today, and I've mentioned this in the past. Simply because a card has showed up in reverse doesn't mean you can't flip the energy. You can't do something to flip the energy to its upright state. Vice versa. Simply because something showed up in its upright state doesn't mean you can't do something to reverse that energy. It all works the same way. So, yeah, the Fool does show up in reverse for you right now, Capricorn. But it could be a situation to where, again, you are very much free spirited, but you're not being gullible. You're not falling for everything, you know? But in this situation here, it seems as though you're falling for everything. Again, you're not necessarily thinking wisely. Sorry, something just popped up, but you're not thinking wisely as you should at this moment in time. So be mindful of that, Cap. All right. Your next card is the High Priestess in reverse. Very much superficial, repressed emotions, but also someone with ulterior motives, right? A lot of meanings. But someone who very much it cannot be trusted, you know? Now, you have the Fool in reverse. This is definitely you. I don't think this is you. I think this is you trusting this type of energy that is very much close. I was just saying to Sagittarius that, and I've said this in the past with other readings in the past before, simply because, well, not that message, but this message here. When I do these readings, again, general, personal, I am talking about you. Okay, I'm talking about the sign, or I'm talking about you. So when the cards show up, they're your type of energy, but that does not mean that it is always the case. There are going to be situations to where someone else's energy comes in. I believe this Hierophant no, the High Priestess, sorry, in reverse is not your energy. I don't think you're the one who has the ulterior motives here. But I do believe you need to be wise right now to somebody in your life. May have been someone who came into your life in 2024. May have been somebody that's been in your life for some time now, Capricorn. But I think you have a trust for this individual that the universe is saying you need to wake up to and fast. No better time like the present, but definitely no better time like the beginning of a year to wake up to some bullshit about yourself, about everybody else, about anything in general. So you don't end up wasting any more time throughout the year on the BS. All right. Your last card is the Nine of Pentacles in reverse. All right. This is, again, superficiality, overspending, uh, being too focused. Taurus got this card. And in their field, it was like too focused on their work. I think in regards to you being like this gullible individual, I think that it is, it's relative to probably what you do at work. I think that you might have Taurus in your chart, but I think it's relative to um, you trusting maybe a boss, a coworker, somebody at work who doesn't necessarily have the best of intentions for you. And now, like I said, is the time where you need to wake up to this energy. If it applies, it applies. If it doesn't, please don't try to make it apply, because this right here, and there's been some heavy energies. I was just reading for Sagittarius. They had some very dark energy, but this is very much heavy type of situation here where you don't necessarily want to be in this type of energy, Capricorn, especially during your birthday season, like under the influence of somebody who wants to use you, manipulate you in ways to where you're not really you're very much unaware of how they want to twist and turn and mold you into, but it's not going to be good, especially for your finances. I don't think it's going to be good for your finances. It's probably going to increase theirs at your expense, though. You're definitely not going to see. It's not like you're going to get kickback from it. It's not like it's a 50-50 deal. It's you're going to trust this individual. You're putting in the work, essentially. They're making more from you. Or it could be a situation where you're going to end up be the one paying them because you're under this influence that they know best. For however long you've known them, again, it could be a situation that you just met this individual last year, or you've known them for some time. But the universe wants to let you know right now, like this is not someone that should be trusted at all. You know, don't be someone who is going to, because you now are aware or should be aware. Depends on if you even watch this, but because I did my part, I let you know this is going to go up. Your timestamp is up. This is going to go up. It's going to stay up. Whether you watch it or not, whether you take heed of it or not, is up to you. I did my part. But as far as just like what I was saying about trying to say now is, yeah, you are going to be aware of who this individual is if you pay attention to this. But don't make it see, don't don't make this situation, don't have this situation turn you into a jaded individual is what I'm trying to say. All right. You know, Nabrisha, hopefully I said your name right. Hello. I'm doing well. I'm doing well. I am at the sign of, hopefully you're doing well. How's your new year? Let me not be rude. Thank you for tuning in, for being well. I am watching, I mean not watching, I'm reading for Capricorn right now. We have Aquarius and Pisces. As far as like questions, if you would like a personal question answered, that's for the email, uh, for the personal reads. Right now, we're just doing the general reads and stuff. In the future, once I get like channel memberships and stuff, um, then I'll do like reads and you all can ask questions and I'll do the reads and stuff like that. I don't think I'm eligible for that now, but I'll definitely let y'all know. But yeah, I do personal reads. That is still open. So if you would like to book one and everything, we'll go over packaging and prices. So shoot me an email. You can find that in the description box below. All right. But back to what I was saying to Capricorn. Yeah, watch out. Watch out for this individual. They have some ulterior motives, honestly. And you being too trusting of this individual is not going to do you well. So I don't know how much more clear I can get than that, Capricorn. That's what I've been saying, or at least trying to say throughout this entire reading. Best of luck to you. If you would like a personal read regarding this situation here or anything else, go ahead and shoot me an email. Again, description box below. You can find my email, and we'll hopefully find that situation out, figure that situation out. Last two signs here. We are now within Capricorn. Let me update the timestamps in the description box below. Thanks for those who might be tuning in, watching, whatever. Again, check out whatever. I'm glad people are tuning in and wanting to ask questions, but personal reads, babies, personal reads. You know what I'm saying? Now, again, when channel memberships become a thing, then I'm definitely gonna do like you can ask a question, chip in the amount, whatever you want, amount, whatever you feel, and ask the question as you want. I don't even think I'm gonna put like a price tag. Well, I am going to put a price tag on that, but not necessarily like a minimum one, unless YouTube has a minimum one has to chip in, then that will be the case. But yeah, there's no set price in regards to like the channel membership stuff, at least in my mind right now. This is me just thinking and talking out loud for anyone who is willing to listen. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? Aquarius, what's happening? My high rises, what's going on? Hopefully you enjoyed the new year. Hopefully your new year is going swell and well right now. I know it just started. Hopefully this and just future readings that I do, speaking of the Hierophant, it's going well. All right. Now, I accidentally called the High Priestess the Hierophant for the last reading I just did for the sign of Capricorn. Now, we actually do have the High Priestess for you, Aquarius. I love this card. I've mentioned this before. This is actually my favorite card in the entire tarot deck, the High Priestess. I got love for my Hermit card. That's my power card. Of course, I'm always going to love my power card. But I'm going to be objective and fair and say this is actually my favorite. When it's reverse or upright, but definitely upright. This is you sticking to your own sense of tradition and moral code. Now, this is great to see, but I do see, a bit of, I guess, changes you might want to be open to making. At least I'm going to say. Aquarius. And I love y'all, but y'all, just like my lovely Tauruses, y'all can actually be stubborn too. Love you, y'all sexy asses. Anyways, now we have your next card is the 10 of Wands, burning out, not seeking help, reaching limits. This is also another danger as well, that can happen if you don't necessarily want to change. Right now, the Hierophant, like I said, perfect card, and I'm going to use the word perfect because in reverse, this is someone who is open to change. And upright is great as well. It showed up upright only because I think it's a reminder. It's the universe reminding you that it's great that you have your own moral code and your sense of doing things and all this other stuff, but you're hurting yourself, not opening yourself to looking at things a new way. And it could be in 2025. The universe wants you to view how you think of a new way of how you view work, essentially. You know, it's okay to seek help when you need to. It's okay to rest when you need to, because if you don't, burnout is going to happen. You're going to, your work is going to suffer, because burnout is going to force you to then have to take rest when you need to, or take a rest when you don't feel as though you need to, but you're gonna be forced to do so. Whereas with planned rest usually happen when you're like, okay, I am fine with doing work at this, or I'm fine with the work I've done now. Now is the time to rest, and then once I've rejuvenated, now I can get back to continuing on. When burnout happens, it can happen in the middle of, like, if I was to burn out in the middle of the stream. Now I have one more sign to read, but that wouldn't be a good thing. It wouldn't be a good thing for me to burn out in the middle of this stream. Let's just say I was in the middle, or like, well, actually in the middle, not at the end, but while I'm on this stream, just burn out and, oh my God, I'm going to be forced. I don't even have the energy to do this anymore, right? Or to do this, right? Whatever the case is, that's not good. That's not a good thing. And that would have happened had I personally not taken the time to rest last night, like go to sleep or rest whenever I needed the rest. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, the Hierophant is here. And yeah, it's showing up upright. But I'm going to tell you right now that I think you need to reverse this. Again, great card to have in reverse too, because this is you saying to yourself, you're opening yourself up to thinking of ways of viewing things in a new way, right? Viewing your work. Okay. This could also go with viewing life in general. You have the Fool in reverse. Okay. Who just had this? I think the sign before you just had this. Capricorn just had this. You might have Capricorn in your chart. But this is someone who is very much gullible, someone who can be very much reckless as well. You know, um, Again, calling back to that Hierophant. It's always great to see this card. Told you, my favorite card in the whole damn deck. You know, Great to see it upright. But in this situation here, it would have this reading, honestly, would have served you better if you viewed these two cards here in a different light. If you had a different view on what it is to rest when you need to and work in general, if you had a different view on the journey, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna put that back where it was, position wise. But if you are going to change your mind, or someone who does change their outlook on their journey in life, this is someone who is being a free spirit and all of that. Whereas I think within this situation here is you don't necessarily want to tap into that free spirited aspect of you, because you're all about your work, which is great. You know what I'm saying? I feel you, Aquarius. I'm all about my work as well. I'm a Virgo. Aquarius rising though, so I totally get it. But you know, There's a time for rest because you will get burned out. It's also a time for play. And when I say play, I mean there's a time for just journeying. Play could just be it's a sunny day outside, going out for a walk, enjoying, getting some vitamin D, damn it, fresh air. There's a time for all of that. So if you change, all this is going to come. It's a possibility, at least, if you just change how you view your work, change how you view play. And essentially, you might not be the nature walk type of individual like I am, but there might be something that brings on that joyful play, free spirited aspect there's that side of you. Whatever that activity is, you need to view it differently. Is what, again, you need to reverse this energy. And in order for you to reverse this energy, because this, as much as I love the Hierophant in this position, this is keeping you stuck in the energy of work, work, work till I pass out, get up, work, work, work till I'll rest when I pass the hell out. One day that pass out is going to be death. I'm just keeping it funky with you, Aquarius. Not wishing it on you, but it's going to be death. You're going to pass out and not get back up. You just burnt yourself out to the abyss. And again, you have to look at play differently. And when I say look at play differently, it's not something that you need to earn, because it looks like with this whole overworking yourself, you're like, I have to earn this moment of play. In order for me to do that, I have to work, work, work. When it's like, no, you could use this moment. You can actually rest and play at the same time. That could be very much productive. That can be a situation to where you're playing, again, whatever that means to you. I'm using the example of going out for nature walks, right? You're going out for a nature walk and you're not only resting, meaning you're away from this activity of work, but you're resting your mind, you're clearing your mind, but you're also doing the thing that you love, play. Like you're doing something that's outside of work that you love doing. These things can, and I'm speaking from experience, these things can actually do better for your work, can make it better. Like I'm a writer, you know what I'm saying? Promo again, since I brought it up, you know what I'm saying? My book, Late Nights on Broadway, links in the description box where you can find it. But there are moments where writer's blocks happen and all this other stuff. How I get over that a lot of the times is when I play. Play meaning, again, going for my nature walks. I bring up that example because this is what has works for me. It might not work for you or whatever, but going for my nature walks, actually playing video games, zoning out, watching sports, doing something outside of my usual work, doing something outside of content creation on YouTube, podcasting, or even writing. Once again, doing stuff, and I was able to, even if I didn't get new ideas, I was at least able to get my mind off of whatever I do. Now, these are things that I do for fun as well. Work I do for fun as well. But it's work. So it's like there are times where I need to just get my mind off of it. So the next time I pick it up and the next time I do the activity, which likely is just the next day, I am able to focus on it rather than spend an entire time forcing myself to work on something and then not have, time or the energy because I am not resting when I should, and I am not easing my mind and my body by playing, right? Focusing on something that is less strenuous and more so fun and leisurely. Okay. Hopefully you get some help with this, or hopefully what I'm saying here, Aquarius, is clear to you. If you would like some more help regarding this situation here, please let me know. But we are on the last side. All right. I am not sorry. It's been a while since I screamed that, but I'm going screaming more. We are on the last sign, Pisces. Spicy Pisces. All up in the ices. Ooh ah. I rap better than Nicki Minaj. Don't judge me. Anyways. Spicy Pisces, what's happening? your reading starts actually 2:09. 2 hours, 9 minutes, and let's say 10 seconds. Why not? Boom. I control time, damn it. Anyways, all of the timestamps have officially been down there. So if you tune into this, appreciate you. We are on to the last sign, Pisces, meaning you are able to watch the other signs as well. Pisces, this is for you. What does the universe want to say to you? Let you know at this moment in time, at the beginning of the year, what you should really be paying attention to. Okay, here we go. We start off with the Four of Wands. So, love, possibly, you know, um, a unionship. Love, I'm gonna say it. I don't care. This is nice to see. This is the first card I've seen in throughout this entire reading. No one got the Lover's card, but this is like the first reading. Someone else may have gotten like a new love or something. I think Taurus, but you might have Taurus in your chart. But nonetheless, this is the first time I am, first love reading, at least in this live. We end off the we end off the reading or this live stream with some love, which is great. A little bit of turmoil here, but I think this is more so personal rather than it is within your relationship. But this is great to see. Maybe this is something you wanted in 2024, but you gonna get it in 2025. So open your heart up, nigga. Ooh. Anyways, we have the Seven of Cups. One of the more like artistic cards, I guess. Nice looking cards in the tarot deck. I don't know what I'm trying to say. Anyways, wishful thinking. Opportunities as well coming in. And again, this could be symbolic of a love opportunity. This could be symbolic of just like opportunities in general. This is Seven of Cups. So like multiple aspects of what you desire could be coming in, but it's the Seven of Cups is reminding you, or it's a message of first you have to envision it first before you put in the work. It's not enough to say I want. Do some work, do some tap into your magical side and envision that. Envision what the relationship that you desire is looking like. Envision that job, envision that house, envision that financial freedom, envision that life in general, whatever it is, right? Envision what it might look like to you and then put in that work. Okay, you do have the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. Someone who can be very much moving in the scarcity mindset. Someone who is self-centered as well. This is energy that I would say be very careful of within yourself and others as well. But definitely, I think that if this is in regards to a relationship, again, we have that Four of Wands. If this is in regards to a unionship, the universe is saying to you that you remember that last relationship, how you was very much in this energy. Yeah, don't be that. If you want to, get into this next relationship, you have to not be in this energy here. Someone who can be very much envious of their partners. That's very much an ick. I ain't going front. But the scarcity mindset, that's something I've done in the past where I've been, someone that's like super judged. Now, I've been with some financially illiterate ass MFers, so it was warranted. But then there are times where I was just freaking out about finances and making it worse. So I understand being in that type of Queen of Pentacles in reverse energy. Not saying it's right. I'm just saying I personally know what that looks like because I used to be that in the past. I also know, or at least saw how it was on the receiving end based off of the exes that were on the receiving end of me being that way, and none of them responded positively toward it. So clearly it's not a trait. Like being envious of your partner is not a trait. Like I've never been that. I've said this Before. That's nothing I've always, and I still encourage. I don't have any partners now, but like I've always encouraged my partners to do better. I've never had this idea if we was in competition. I don't want to be with a fucking loser, so I'm not going to encourage my girl to be a fucking loser because she's making more money than me or she has more fame or whatever the case is. No, I don't want no damn losers. No, like I'm going to encourage you to do better because I want you to do better. Not because I want your damn money. I don't. Because I want you to do better. I don't want to be with somebody who's a damn loser. Simple as that. Sorry. That's just what it is. But like, with that being said, it's like, it's not the envious aspect of the Queen of Pentacles that I can identify with. Can't relate to that, but I can relate to the aspects of being like a money hoarder. You know, someone who is very much moving in this lack mentality and not necessarily having faith in myself or even my partner. And again, I've had partners in the past. It might be with you, Pisces. I don't mean to put myself in your reading. I'm just trying to identify some things or make it easy for you. But like there might have been a situation where you felt you needed to be in the energy of a scarcity mindset when it came to money because you was with partners who were financially illiterate, you know, spending like crazy and expected you to pick up the tab of their bad money spending habits. But you can't go into every relationship with that mindset because not everybody is that person. And if you find yourself attracting people who are constantly like that, you have to look within yourself and see what is it about me that keeps attracting these illiterate ass MFers. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it is right there. Your last card is the Empress in reverse. Insecurity, being too dependent, and yeah. I think this is also another energy that I think all this is your energy. I don't think this is partners of the past. I think this is you. Again, we start off with the Four of Wands, which is great. You want that relationship, and this is you thinking and envisioning that, or at least the universe is saying, if you want this, you have to then envision it first. But that's not just it. It's not just, okay, I'm going to envision the perfect relationship, the perfect wife, husband, boyfriend, girlfriend, partner, whatever unionship is to you, whatever title you want to give it. All right. But it's not just enough to envision it. It's a great start, but it's not enough. You have to work on yourself. And it seems as though the things you need to work on yourself is being in this type of energy. Once again, being envious of your partner, being self-centered, and also being someone who is of the scarcity mindset. All right. That's something you need to work on. And also the Empress in reverse, someone who is insecure, someone who can be too dependent on their partner as well. Okay. So yeah, be mindful of all of that. And we did it. 2 hours and 17 minutes of this live stream. I figure they all going to be 2 hours anyways. Timestamps in the description box below for those who tune in. Hopefully you come back. If you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe. But this is the all signs reading. All right. Well, the next one will be when I hit 72 subscribers. I want to appreciate everyone for watching, liking, commenting, and again, subscribing. And yeah, continue on with the general reads tomorrow. So y'all enjoy the rest of your day. Once again, Happy New Year to every one of y'all. Till next time, later.